So I've been making these little videos over American history, specifically the Civil War and Kansas history, for a while now, and over that time, I have received some truly baffling comments. But this one right here, that talks about the 13th Amendment being dubiously passed, might take the taco. So let's talk about the 13th Amendment. As a general reminder, for those of us who don't remember our amendments, the 13th Amendment, very important one, is the one that bans slavery in the United States except by due process of law. It was ratified by Congress in 1865 and thus made permanent the changes made by the Emancipation Proclamation by ending slavery not just in the South and states in rebellion, but everywhere in the United States. So the reason this guy calls it dubious, why it's baffling, one, I guess you could say that, I guess Lincoln did do some unscrupulous things. He hired some people to go out and lobby. He promised people jobs. He did some things that might have been a little unsavory, but he was doing it in order to pass the 13th Amendment and ban slavery because he felt it was very important to do that and bring it into the Civil War. The other reason I think this guy might be calling it dubious is the fact that Southern states didn't have the opportunity to vote for or against it. To which my reply is, frickin' duh. I have heard people make this argument before that the 13th Amendment and other amendments in any act that was passed during the American Civil War shouldn't count because Southern states were not represented in the Congress. They made a decision to create their own pariah government in the Confederacy and claimed that they were no longer part of the United States and removed their representatives and senators from the United States Congress and therefore forfeited those votes and those seats. This is also why in January of 1861, Kansas is able to become a state, because Southern senators who were holding up the admission of Kansas, because Kansas was going to be admitted as a free state, left because they said, peace out, we're starting our own thing, and they left, and so the rest of the senators were like, okay, well, Kansas is now a state because they ratified it. They left. They were no longer around. They said they were no longer part of the United States, and again, created their own government. Being mad that the government in 1865 created and ratified the 13th Amendment and the Southern states didn't get a chance to vote on it is like when your ex-girlfriend gets engaged, you're mad that she's marrying another man. This is the stuff that keeps me awake at night. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.